It was close to midnight when the request came in. A single ping on my rideshare app. The pickup point? A desolate spot on the outskirts of town, miles away from any real civilization. I hesitated. Every instinct screamed at me to decline. But I needed the cash. Bills were piling up, and late-night rides always paid well. When I arrived, the road was shrouded in fog, and the silence was deafening. The passenger stood under a flickering streetlight. They wore a long, dark coat, and their face was obscured by the shadow of a hood. They climbed in without a word, settling into the back seat. "Where to?" I asked, trying to sound casual. "Just drive," they said, their voice barely above a whisper. The silence in the car was suffocating. I tried to break it. "Rough night?" I asked, glancing at the rearview mirror. The passenger didn't answer immediately. Instead, they looked out the window, their face still hidden. Finally, they said, "Do you believe in second chances?" The question threw me off. I guess so," I replied hesitantly. They chuckled softly, a sound that made my skin crawl. Not everyone gets them, you know. Some people, they just vanish. My grip on the wheel tightened. I glanced at my GPS, but the route was glitching, showing roads that didn't exist. I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. The radio started crackling, playing distorted snippets of old songs, the kind of music you'd hear on a record player from decades ago. Then the passenger spoke again. "Do you ever wonder what happens to those who disappear? Where they go?" I swallowed hard. "Not really," I lied. They leaned forward slightly, and I caught a glimpse of their face in the mirror. Pale skin, sunken eyes, and a faint, almost unnatural smile. My phone suddenly buzzed, but when I glanced at it, the battery was completely drained. No GPS. No way to call for help. The road ahead stretched endlessly, the same scenery repeating like a loop. I slammed on the brakes, but the car didn't stop. It kept moving, as if propelled by some unseen force. The passenger laughed, the sound cold and hollow. "You're almost there," they said. "Where?" I shouted, panic clawing at my throat. They leaned in close, their voice barely a whisper. "Home." I screamed as their face twisted into something inhuman. Hollow eye sockets and a mouth that stretched impossibly wide. The car veered off the road, plunging into darkness. When I woke up, I was sitting in my car on the side of the road. The sun was rising, casting an orange glow over the empty highway. I checked my phone. The rideshare app was open, showing the completed trip. The passenger's name sent a chill down my spine. It was someone I'd heard about on the news, a person who had gone missing years ago. My car smelled like something burnt, and in the passenger seat was a single item, a photograph of me as a child, with a message scrawled on the back. Second chances aren't for everyone. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Cryptic Nights for more spine-chilling tales. I've got plenty of horrifying encounters waiting to be told, but only if you're brave enough to listen. Until next time, stay safe, or try to.